You know what? Mega Man. Mega Man. You know, I'm gonna tell you who the Mega Man around here is, because we've got a game reveal to do today, and turns out the Mega Man of the first match is... I feel like this is kind of a regular situation. We open up with Ku5ogrande. Ku5ogrande, come on in. I want to chat with you. Will you be my Mega Man? Hey, Ku5ogrande, you want to be my Mega Man? Carrie, you're going to have to kick your kids off the computer. I love it. Well, hello, Mega Man.
Hello. Yes, kind of.
Am I actually... Oh my gosh. Did I really do this? Come on.
What?
So apparently I can't hear Look, I'm gonna blame yesterday. I'm gonna blame Power Up with Pride on this.
Why? You gonna...
Can I do that, Ku5ogrande, please?
I mean, you can if you want.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, how are you doing today, Ku5ogrande?
I am doing very well. This seems like a pretty
Really?
kind of common occurrence now, right?
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's great. Hello there?
Hello? Can you not
Oh, this
hear me
is
at
so
all?
dumb. Why... Ku5ogrande, it's because that
What?
mushroom game from yesterday, I just,
It very
like,
well could
couldn't
be.
actually get it. I couldn't somehow separate Discord sound from the mushroom game, because I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, how about this? Hello.
Can you hear me now?
What the freak? What the that?
I mean, seriously.
Wait.
Can you,
Oh,
what is
I know
going on
why
here,
it's not
bro?
working.
Because why?
Because I'm a moron. Okay, I should be able to hear you now.
Can you hear me now? I mean, how hard is this?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
just...
So yeah, this seems to be a general thing where I open up every single round so far in Ku5ogrande 5
Yeah, that's pretty dang awesome.
with something that's, you know, not RoboCop,
Yeah, I'm sure.
which is still true. It's still not RoboCop.
You had RoboCop the first time you showed up this year.
That's fair. I did give out RoboCop to open up Ku5ogrande 5.
Oh, well, that does make me wonder
And I
then.
could still give out RoboCop again, but I didn't this time.
Oh, good. I'm very happy.
In fact, I gave out Nicky Boom for Amiga.
Like, as soon as you said this name, by the way, I was like, that can't be a real game.
Oh, it's a real game. In fact, it has a sequel.
Oh, yeah. The sequels box art is beautiful. I saw that
Sequels
while...
box art is so good.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect in every single way. Oh my gosh. Well, everybody, kick back, relax. We're going to be getting everything ready for the match today because we've got Nicky Boom for the Amiga. Now, how did you find this game? Because I'd never heard of it until...
I was sitting here earlier in the week, and I realized my collection of whatever I haven't given out before. I was a little light on games, so I'm just like, I'm gonna start throwing random games into RetroArch and see what I get. And this is one of them. And I played it for a little while, and it's not super offensive on things. It's very Amiga in all the worst ways.
Okay.
And so I gave it to Ku5ogrande, and Ku5ograde's like, this is the sort of game I played as a kid, which then of course meant it was perfect.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that sounds pretty dang good. Now, question, Ku5ogrande, it sounds like you've got a little bit of static coming through.
Let me see what I can do here.
I could also be
Discord is-
delusional. It happens.
I mean, it could be a lot of things.
Could be Nicky Boom. He's just booming all over the place. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just remembered when I was playing... what was it? Quiplash 2 with family, which, by the way, is something that you gotta be really careful about.
I mean, I've played Quiplash 2 with you, and I'd be real concerned about you playing it with family.
Oh, I had to be super careful. It was a lot of fun though. But yeah, they had a question asking what cavemen would call going to the bathroom, and my answer for that was "butt go boom."
Well, you know.
Hey, it won. Like, they still say that phrase every once in a while. Butt go boom. Yeah.
So I really hope you guys enjoy this. It's going to have very Amiga music, very Amiga graphics, very Amiga gameplay, and the levels suck.
Oh, I'm pretty sure everybody is going to enjoy this. I mean, I certainly am enjoying it already, even though I haven't gotten everything captured. Come on, me. Come on.
Yeah, and it's so good too, as right, it's got everything you'd ever want in a game. You know, up to jump, and up to fire to do some of the specials.
What?
Yep, you'll see.
No.
All maze levels.
No.
I'm pretty sure the same music the whole time.
Why, Corndan? Why? Oh my gosh. Do you hate us?
It's really honestly not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as some of the games that will probably come today. I just thought it was right. I mean, this is a 12-point match, so I felt like being nicer than I would if this were, let's say, a 20-point match.
Actually, yeah, I can definitely approve of that. Kindness goes a long way, even in the Kuso community.
Either way, we're not going to see a completion. The long plays with good play are still like 2 hours.
Uh-oh. This is hopeful. Okay, I'm trying to get everything set up. By the way, everybody, Corndan here, even though, look, I'm hoping that I've got all of the sound issues sorted this time. And that Power Up with Pride doesn't make me break everything again. But yeah, we've got our show on Tuesday.
Ooh, and
yeah,
you were also playing in a blind race on Monday.
Yes. Epic Dump. Yeah, that one. Epic Dumpster Bear
2.
I lost my words, Corndan. I'm sorry. But yeah, that just got released, and
actually, it comes out on Monday. It hasn't even been released yet.
It hasn't been released.
It came out. It came out on PS4, but it launches on Steam on Monday.
You've already played it, right?
I have. Yes, I was fortunate enough to be provided a copy.
Yeah.
And I went through and played it. I was actually going to try and stay blind, but since I am not racing, I went through to play it so that I could be a good commentator.
That is going to
launches on Steam on Monday. Epic Dumpster Bear 2.
Yes, that's right. The Bears are coming back to enjoy all the
Bears
food.
Wins.
Yeah. Is it bearable, Corndan?
It is. I mean, the game is all sorts of Unity graphics, right? But it's
that's what we
it's a
asked
lot of fun.
for.
I really enjoy. I enjoy it. The music's good. The graphics are passable. I mean, they do what they do. Right, the level design's pretty decent, I think.
Okay.
And it's very self-aware about how dumb it is.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It does give you the ability to punch dash this time, so I guess technically this does make you Punch Bear.
Ooh, I like Punch Bear. My favorite of all the bears. I still need to play all of that game. You know, I've got a bootleg copy on one of my handhelds.
There's a bootleg copy of Prince Valiant on one of your handhelds?
It goes by a different name. I can't remember what it is, but yes.
That's awesome.
One of the Data East handhelds that I have has bootleg Prince Valiant. Which is already scary because Prince Valiant already feels pretty dang bootleg.
You know, if you play it in 50 hertz, like the way it's supposed to be played, it doesn't feel so bad. I just find it weird that there's only a European version of only an American comic.
Well, yeah, that's a little bit strange. I'll agree.
It is, but the gameplay's fine. It just doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. If you play it at 60 hertz, it starts moving a little too fast.
Ow. Yeah, that hurts.
It does hurt.
Hey, everybody appears to have their game up. Everything's captured. This music is really good.
Yeah, the music is decent. At least, like, in my playing, I really didn't hear anything more than that. But, you know, if you're going to get stuck listening to it for an hour, it's a lot better than Spiz Popped.
Oh, yeah. Thank the world. Thank whatever deity of choice you wish to thank. I'm going to thank Anubis, the god of death. Thank you, Anubis, for not killing us.
Well, I think that's fair.
Actually, I'm thinking of him because I've been playing La Milana.
Look at that sprite, though. Isn't that gloriously bad?
Everybody spam bellies? Spam emotes, because we are getting rolling in just a few seconds. Icy sandwiches, snails, sparkles, platformers, fat kids. So please do.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, the goose. He's kind of a goose. I guess.
Well, if we were playing the second one, the goose would be appropriate.
Oh, yeah. I did my best to keep the correct aspect ratio so it didn't get all stretched vertically. So you're welcome, everybody.
It'd have been whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a second one of this game.
There absolutely is. So let's talk a little bit about this game.
Yes.
So here's some of the things I noticed right off the bat. One, the levels are huge and they're very maze-like. On top of that, you're throwing apple cores. I don't really know why. And you're fighting a whole bunch of bugs. And that one I do know why. Because the witch, there's a witch, because of course there's a witch, has kidnapped your grandfather, who was like warden of the forest.
Yeah.
And because he has like something that she wants. And so she's basically made him real sick, and you have to go get the potion to save his life. She's keeping him sick, you know, basically it's everything. And so to prevent you from getting there, she has basically turned everything in the forest into bad things, which turns out to be just snails and bugs.
So bad. Oh, well, boys are made of something, and snails, puppy dog tails, you just snip those little tails right off and make a boy.
So if you look at the bottom like row, right, to the right, that bar there, that's your health. By the way, you don't have iframes. You take damage every frame you're on something. There are no iframes, no anything. It's real. It's real not good.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Then in the middle, right, if we go left to right, is super bombs, regular bombs, keys, and lives. And then your scores all the way to the left. So yeah, you do have like one mine. Now remember, the Amiga only has one button, right? And you use that button to fire, which is why up is jump. But so if you want to lay a regular bomb, you have to hold down fire and like double tap down. And if you want to do a super one, you have to hold down fire and hold up. And sometimes it doesn't work because you want to jump. And other times you hit it when you really don't want to.
Yeah.
It's real good. You may see already, I think we've seen it, if not, it was definitely in the demo, the bubbles that have like ladders in them, right? To get those ladders to come down, you have to use the bombs on them.
Oh no. Well, that doesn't sound great. I like the giant grasshoppers of death. Okay,
yeah,
the fact that they're as big as Nicky, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned.
Well, that's because that was like a deer or something.
Oh.
So, Kian is at one of those bubbles now. Like, you have to drop a bomb on it. They can't figure out how to drop it real well because it's a big pain in the butt. Trambles did just use the big Mega Mine, though.
Okay, that's good, but now Trambles doesn't have it.
Right, Trambles is trying to break into that area, and that's not what these are for.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it's going to take a little while for everybody to figure out exactly what to do. So I actually really dig this music. This is so good.
It's very Amiga music, but the Amiga is not bad. Did they get any controls for the game? In fact, we provided the 6-language manual for this game because this game is French.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned because I was reading through it and I'm like, I don't understand any of this.
So the game is French. This was released in the EU.
Hey, gotcha.
And why does the sprite have Joker makeup on? I wish I could tell you. I don't know why. This kid has decidedly become a clown and has wearing a shirt that is too small for him.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't even look like he's wearing pants, but I guess he is. I'm a little bit colorblind, though. I can't see the pants.
His pants are red. Well, just like the sleeves of his shirt. I mean, so there are pants.
It all looks flesh-colored to me, so it's kind of gross.
Well, that's fair. And Kensen Chu, one of the languages is in fact English.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, how to play. Strike fire during the generic.
Yes, the English is not well translated in the manual.
During the generic, come on.
During the generic is in fact the title screen.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that's real bad about this game, because it's real confusing, I know I kind of had trouble with it, is that putting in passwords, you have to hit spacebar on the screen, on the title screen, put in your passport, hit enter, it goes back to the title screen, and then you hit fire.
I mean, a few password screens do something like that, but honestly, we've seen password boss many times.
It doesn't tell you if it's any good or not, anything like that.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, come on.
Oh, wait, no, it says to play from a level whose code you know. Strike the spacebar during the generic.
My audio is being dumb.
Oh, no. Strike the spacebar during the generic and type the code on the keyboard. Yeah. Well, everybody, we are about 6 minutes into this match. Now, all of the players here have 12 points, which means they have to take first in order to move on in the tournament. That means 3 of the players are going to be eliminated today. It's definitely high stakes. And honestly, I know that Ku5ogrande decided to give this game because he thought, this is an appropriate game for people who are fighting to stay into the match. I think that this game, even though it has problems, could be a little bit fun, even though I don't like collectathons, Ku5ogrande. Or is this a collectathon? Are you collecting the keys, or...?
Oh, it's totally a collectathon. Kinda. I mean, you just really need to get to the boss. But, you need to collect, keys and stuff to get there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see.
So, one of the things that's kind of in here that I've seen come up a couple of times is that you can get some upgrades.
Yes.
Jackism has them. She has actually both the upgrades you can get. One is a log.
Yeah.
And that is legitimately a log. When you get to spots where there could be a bridge, the logs just form the bridge.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You just throw the logs into a bridge.
Do you have to push a button for it to form?
No. Jackism just missed it. If she had thrown logs right there, you would see the bridge fill in. Right there.
But she's throwing apples. That's not going to help.
Yeah. I mean, and the other one is that blue ball. And that one's really useful. It's just like a bouncing ball. It can get up higher than you would otherwise. Now you can see Jack's down the log pickup. Yeah,
I kind of like that. Like,
so, you know, you can just, like, build a bridge by throwing logs at it.
it's like Build-A-Bear except for bridges, and you usually don't throw logs to build bears. It's nothing like Build-A-Bear. Yeah. Oh, Keelan, I believe... Oh, got a password because they're restarting this stage. Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, chat's asking a silly question here. Who's in the lead? That's a silly question.
It is. It's kind of a maze. Based on what I've seen right now, I'll have to keep looking. I know that Jackazam and Shrambles are both kind of close in different ways. Essentially what you need to do, that they're not going to do because this whole thing is a maze and you'd never find it. Basically, where they're going now, they don't need to be. Except I think Jackazam is getting close.
I think so. Oh, it looks like yeah, thank you for sending me. I think it's Kyan. Kai was having a problem with the emulator and is luckily back. So that's why we saw a reset back to the beginning. At the same time, this early on, it probably doesn't matter too much because everybody's just figuring stuff out.
Yep.
I just love the music so much.
White Panther's having trouble using the bombs. They're not working for them. So I put a message in that all the bombs do work.
Yeah.
And everybody else has gotten them to work, right? It is some really bad translated manual. And that's just how it is.
Honestly, most of it is translated kind of okay. Like,
it's translated well enough.
Except for generic. Generic is the one word that they really messed up.
Well, and one of the things they actually messed up, if you read it in the manual in English, is to use the mega bombs, you have to hold up and fire, and in English, both the mega bombs and the regular bombs, they say it's down to fire. So what Jackazam actually needs to do is exactly what she's doing now, is you basically want to go down this way, down the logs, essentially. And you'll fight a big grasshopper boss, so it's kind of down in the bottom there.
Let me just say, this isn't the first time we've had the manual lie. That's why Mikuyama lost one of his matches a while ago. This is not going to be the last time we see that either. But yeah, lying in manuals is like a crime. Like, you should be able to be sued for that, right?
If you want, yeah. So if Jackazam goes down, like down from here,
yes,
she'll get to effectively the first boss.
Oh, actually, yeah. If your company is in the, if your company is in France and it's someone from the UK who reads it wrong, that's probably on purpose.
It could be. So they're kind of in this maze sort of area now that they just need to figure out where they need to go. And you need to go down and to the right.
Yes.
So I will say I didn't put as much time in this as I'd like. I did get through the first couple of levels. Enough to make sure the passwords worked and like that. So they will definitely get farther than I did. But I definitely put as much time as I could in on this to kind of understand how it all plays and works out.
Yeah, let me just say, Corndan, I'm really bad at actually following directions in games or any of the clues. Like, I just don't trust video games to actually tell me where to go. And,
well, this game doesn't tell you at all, so...
That's even worse. What is Shrambles doing? I'm scared.
So, Shrambles has made it to the next level. And you can put in whatever you want.
Why does it ask? What?
So it's copy protected. If you look in the manual, right, you would look up that thing, and in the manual for each one of those, there's a list that says eyeball, and you'd find the one that says 065, right? And then you would select the other number it's with.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So Shrambles is now on to level 2.
Oh my gosh, I actually really liked games that worked copy protection into the story of the game. Maniac Mansion was one of my favorites that did that. Like, because you would blow up the house if you got it wrong. You had to get it wrong a few times in a row, but yeah, the house, boom. And in order to actually see it, you had to have like the little red disc in order to see what the number was in the manual.
LucasArts was a real big fan of doing that.
It was kind of more of an adventure for us, honestly, as kids, and making it feel like an adventure rather than just keeping you from playing the game is, I think, a good way to do it. Like, if you're going to do that, making it fun is good. Ooh, I do remember, though, that we had Where in the USA's Carmen Sandiego, but I don't think we actually had the legit version because we definitely didn't have the manual for that. So I'd always, like, find one robber, and I'm like, well, I retire. You know, perfect streak history. I arrested one person, and they did it. I'm done.
Well, you know, I mean, that's a good accomplishment.
Yeah, usually that's the difference between shareware and the full game. Yeah, the copy
what's
protection.
funny here is Jackazam, right, doesn't need to go up these ladders. All you have to do is just go to the right from where she's at.
Okay. To the right?
Just to the right. The exit is down at the bottom of the is just to the right down on the ground floor.
I'm just trying to think because instinctively I would probably also be going up, but I'd want to at least locate the exit as well, just to make sure I knew where I had to go eventually. So this was made by the company, by the way, Microids. They made other games like Jack the Ripper, Fatal Frame.
Yep.
Yeah, Fargate. That actually sounds familiar. I'm not 100% sure. Empire of the Ants. That sounds great. The Messenger.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, Prince of Persia for the Amstrad CPC. Karateka for Amstrad. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for Amstrad? They did a lot of ports over there, yeah.
Well, that's probably how they got their start.
For sure. Ooh, that was scary. Dracula the Resurrection for PlayStation and Windows. I'm not familiar with that, but that sounds amazing. I'm a big fan of Dracula's. I want to be your friend. Ha, ha, ha. Well, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I know. But so, yeah, so right now, Shram is definitely in first. Jackazam is definitely in second. And then third and fourth are basically at the same spot.
This game, by the way, was made by 2 people on the team. I guess that's not too surprising. It's a fairly generic platformer, and by the time this was made, what, in 92, they pretty much already had the formula for how to do... for how to program. One of them did the code, the other person did graphics, sound, and music. And let me just say, Elena Lambin should have done more soundtracks, because this rocks.
This is not bad, yeah. So, since people in chat were asking for the hot lore for this game, here is the entire lore.
Yes.
Nicky Boom is worried. His grandfather's been kidnapped by a wicked witch and is being held prisoner in a dark prison. She hopes to force the wise old man to reveal to her the secrets of the forest people of which she is the custodian.
Ooh.
In order to prevent Nicky from finding his grandfather, the witches changed the peaceful inhabitants of the forest into creatures as evil as her and ordered them to guard the approaches to her castle. But Nicky is resolute and starts off with the evil witches to help him find a way around the various pitfalls and free his grandfather. So all these bugs, apparently the people who made this game think bugs are evil.
Yeah. Well, they kind of are. I'm not gonna lie, bugs, you don't want bugs crawling over you. Especially when you're trying to find your grandpa.
So, like, I don't want, like, hornets coming after me. Like, I do not need murder hornets in my life, right? But, like, bumblebees are great.
Oh my gosh, there was a little fatty bumblebee outside the other day, and here's the deal. We've got this mint plant in the front yard that's just growing like crazy. And
well, I was gonna say, soon, if you got a mint plant in the front yard, you're gonna have a mint plant everywhere.
Yep, that's what happens. But luckily, it actually serves as protection here because a lot of the mint plant is growing in front of the door, and the bees love it. They just fly around. Bumblebees love it. They just sort of bump around into flowers, and nobody will come close to our door. It's perfect. Social distancing via bees.
There's a bumblebee hive somewhere near us. We're not really sure where, but we see bumblebees in our backyard all the time.
They're so cute.
There's some wasps that hang around, and we have a frog that lives in our little pond in our front yard, and the frog just eats them all.
Oh no, frog! The frog needs to stop that. The bumblebees don't deserve to be.
No. The frog doesn't touch the bumblebees. He just eats the wasps.
Oh yes, your frog is amazing. Okay, the opposite of bad. Good.
Yeah, the frog is more than okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody is running around in this game, throwing apples and... What? Jack is up!
Oh, yeah. Falling into the water, instant doom.
How are you supposed to know? How?
Well, you find out just like that.
Okay.
So the worst part is level 3 is like a half water level. And that level, like, you can fall in water where there's ground underneath, and that's fine. Except water just kills you, right? Like, it just hurts. And so you can't be in the water for very long.
Oh, with how fat this kid is, I think he would float a little better.
Well, that's kind of what I had figured, right? Like, but unlike Guybrush Threepwood, this kid apparently can't hold his breath for anything.
Yeah, he's got the grossest hair part as well. Sorry, I'm gonna critique this child, because he is ugly, okay? Totally... No, that would be rude of me to say. I'm not gonna say that. Oh no! Into the water! I'm glad that the chipmunks murder you as well.
The chipmunks that live in our backyard are kind of jerks.
Yeah, they are.
Well, so are the squirrels, except we have one squirrel that's both brave and stupid. And I kind of am okay with him because he's so brave and stupid.
Yeah, actually, you know, speaking of giant bugs and squirrels and stuff, we did have a Ku5ogrande match that died by bug, specifically because a bug crawled into someone's computer and short-circuited something. And they're like, I legit can't play because a bug is in my computer. That was a fun time, you know? So bugs sometimes are the villains.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely today, they're the maligned villains because, you know, bugs in this particular case, we're not really, you know, they're not really bugs here. It turns out they're actually like deer and stuff. Or forest people, and you're killing all of the forest people.
I just love it. I love it. Oh, poor people. Wait. Yeah, does it say that she turned the peaceful inhabitants of the forest into creatures as evil as her and ordain them to guard the approaches to her castle. So,
which means that part of it, if you read the first part of that, she hopes to force the wise old man to reveal to her the secrets of the forest people. We're murdering forest people here.
yeah, you're murdering all the forest people. Well, look, you're a stupid child who can't even get a shirt to go over his belly. And then says yay, apparently. Like, honestly, I wouldn't expect you to be so dumb. I would fully expect that. As dumb as Mario in Mario 1, who's killing all the inhabitants of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, you know, but at least it, yeah, I was like, I can't even justify that.
Nicky boom. He's gonna go boom because he's eating way too much food. Come on, okay, at least diversify the food. You know.
Or Shambles.
What happened?
Going through the hidden whatever maze and fell into the water.
Oh, I love that part. That's what happened to Jakazam too.
Yeah, I think they've both been in the same spot. They're both trying to find their way through.
Might be hands me down. Look, I
could be you know, could be help from the forest people. I will be right back.
Yeah, my guess is that the forest people didn't like Nicky Boom that much. Okay, maybe he's just getting vengeance on people who were jerks to him. Yeah, that's my theory. Fan theory. But at the same time, you know, if he could learn how to make shirts, he could definitely learn how to sew. Like, I feel like if my belly were constantly exposed like that, I would quickly learn some tailoring skills, because I don't want my belly hanging out. Also, I would definitely improve my posture. He's going to have a bad back in just like 5 years.
He's got some weird posture, doesn't he?
Yeah, honestly, that's sort of, I think that's how I looked when I was a kid/teen. About, like, oh no, this game's about me. Well, besides killing all the village people, you know?
So, Jakazam is on the boss of level 2. Which is a giant spider.
Ah! Not... Oh.
You can kind of get by, for the most part, with the spider on this. By kind of climbing to the top, and the fact that your apples just kind of arc down will keep you mostly safe, but only in the places where the spider's kind of like in the middle, because the spider shots go through the like the walls, but yours don't.
Oh geez, and if you let the spider hang out by the wall, it just goes into mad spider dance, and that's not good. You don't want spiders just jumping up and down and summoning a million of its friends. Actually, who is this? Like, the forest mayor? Did you just kill the mayor of the forest?
Maybe you did.
Oh my gosh. Turned him into a spider, and now Nicky Boom killed him. White Panther is game over, it looks like. Hey, karate. That is the password for level 3. Uh-oh. Jakazam is definitely in the lead right now.
Yeah, and Trambles is not far behind.
Giant fish.
So here's the thing, right? All of that water that you follow that's just like part of the thing, yeah, it just kills you, basically.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Trambles having an issue, it looks like.
Apparently. But you can just reset and do that, and as long as you put in your password, you'll be fine.
Yep. Well, we'll go ahead and let Trambles figure that out. By the way, everybody, we have 4 matches. We have a lot of Kuso for you today. And tomorrow, 4 whole matches.
Yeah.
It's the weekend of crap.
It is the weekend of crap.
I usually have at least a few of those each year.
And this is an extended, right? It's extended weekend of crat because Monday is Epic Dumpster Bear. Tuesdays don't make us bored.
Yeah, and if I'm not absolutely exhausted from all of that, I downloaded the Demon Rush for PS4. Like, I think I downloaded it. Said it did. Haven't tried opening it. That's probably for the best.
I mean, that is probably for the best.
Yeah, I am
I don't know,
fully... Oh, go ahead.
I'm kind of intrigued by the remaster of the Demon Rush.
Honestly, combat looks chaotic, and I'm so excited.
Like, he has ideas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I trust that they're implemented well, but there are ideas.
Okay, it looks like Shrambles is back as the... Oh, I was going to say a different forest creature. The mouse was going to guide him around, but no longer.
Well, we don't know what that creature was originally. It could have been a chipmunk, in which case then it deserved what it got.
Stupid chipmunks.
So, what Jackazam really needs to do here is go and find some... Yeah, go and find the wood to be able to make
the bridge. Yeah, Jakazam is making the bridge. Unfortunately, it's a bridge too short.
But put her on the other side, which you had to go to because you needed the key. So Jakazam needed the key. We've already kind of seen where she was blocked off.
Oh, yeah.
But now she's kind of in this catch-22 that because of how she laid down that bridge, as soon as her invincibility comes off, she's going to die. Like,
there we go.
I don't think you could actually make that jump the way it's laid out. And she kind of got lucky that when she died the one time, it put her on the other side.
Yeah, this is not going to work. Like, at all. A game over is definitely a good place to have that. Jakazam, enter your name? Are you going to enter your name? Nope. Just blanks. It's all good. It's all good. You know, you don't have to enter in a high score. You can just go ahead and refuse to acknowledge that you played this game at all.
Which, as I said, it's not the worst game. It's not even the worst game I've given out this tournament.
Yeah.
You know, it's in 1992. It's probably a fairly reasonable-ish sort of game.
Oh yeah, and for Amiga, like, this is smooth. There's no lag.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
I think it's from that sort of thing. It's kind of well done.
Yes.
The game is a big honking pain in the butt too. So, it was joked in Discord when we talked about all this that, well, Ku5ogrande liked it. Right, so that should say everything you need to know.
Ku5ogrande! Ku5ogrande! Why would you like this? Actually, I feel like I would enjoy playing this as well.
Like, if I'd gotten this as a kid, I wouldn't be upset.
Same. Yeah. I feel like this probably actually would have been at least as fun as Duke Nukem. Like
the original Duke
The
Nukem.
original, yeah. Except that didn't even have music.
Yeah, and the music here is just very extremely Amiga.
Oh, yeah.
So I think she'll get it this time. Provided she doesn't die.
Yeah, just don't die, don't die, don't die.
No,
there we
even if
go!
you want to die now, right? Like, just get the key and then die, right? But now she has that bridge she can get across if need be.
Remember, everybody, only one person from this match is going to be moving on. Jakazam is definitely in the lead at this point. The others are working to catch up a little bit. Kyan in chat is saying he likes this game. But that's
I
okay.
mean,
Bad doesn't mean unenjoyable. It's just got a
Exactly.
few issues. Like, by 92, they knew that you don't use up to jump / up
Well,
as
so
a
remember-
combo to fire
remember
stuff.
as Amiga, right? So the Amiga joystick was just like the Commodore 64 joystick, one button, and 4 directions. So like, what else are you going to use to jump? You can't use the fire button because you're using it for fire.
Oh,
So you had nothing
yeah.
else you could do except up to jump. And some games, actually, like it's weird, right? The Kellogg's game that we had last year, right? Actually some games supported either 2-button controllers or the CD32 controller. So some games you could have 2 or 4 buttons,
Yeah.
right? Even outside the CD32. But those games aren't everywhere. They couldn't guarantee that everyone would have that.
True.
So, all the games supported up to jump because that's what you had. I mean, it's not, we malign it right now because we can, more or less. But
Yeah.
at the time, when you think about it, you didn't have really other options to make some of that possible.
I mean, I've been playing a lot of Atari games lately, and yeah, that's true. Up to jump is definitely forgivable when you only have one button. But some of the other combinations in this game just feel a little over the top, is what I'd say.
Well, but once again, right, if you're playing on a controller, you have no other options.
Well, then design the game in a way where you don't have to do stupid crap.
All right, so Trambles will be on level 3 shortly.
Yay, Shrambles. The spider is dead.
Trambles just killed the spider. So, I mean, in the ways, like, we want to complain about, like, how bad some of this is, I will definitely go back to up for jump. It just feels a little awkward when you're used to playing with other things.
Yeah, I'd say if you have no other option, then up to jump is fine. However, if you're Conan on NES and there are 2 buttons and you use up and down to jump and they're different jumps, then that's a sin that cannot be forgiven. Yeah, but that's partly my thought as well. If you're going to make a game that has complex button combinations, as long as it's easy enough to remember and execute, then that's fine. But a lot of games from older systems, I assume this isn't like that, but a lot of games, you had to be extremely precise in order to get the combination correct. Like frame perfect button combinations, it was bad.
Yeah, well, in some ways you kind of have to do here. It's forgivable.
Okay.
But like sometimes when you go to do the mega bomb, the up and shoot,
Yeah.
Sometimes it jumps and shoots, but then you can just hold it down and then it'll do it. So it's not like precise, like, oh, you only hit exactly like that and nothing else. So White Panther, he's should be on level 3 here soon.
Believe so, yeah. Oh, I like the sounds when the spider stomps.
Yeah, the boss music's pretty decent.
Oh yeah, this boss is passable. Like, it's also an ugly spider, but hey,
Well, I mean, you're not going to want to kill like a cute spider.
You're killing chipmunks. You're literally killing chipmunks in this game. I think you can kill
I'll
a
tell
cute
you
spider.
what, right? The chipmunks are tearing up my lawn. I'm okay with that.
Good point. Like, I've heard of people losing their internet and not being able to do stuff for a good week, or in one case a year, because they were too I'm not gonna say stupid to get things fixed, but yeah, the chipmunks like ate through their internet line and they just couldn't do stuff. Yeah, that was from a previous job of mine, actually, and they were legally required to get it working again, but kind of just didn't. There are a lot of companies that do that, by the way. It's like, yeah, we're required, but, you know, until somebody tells us to, we're just gonna go ahead and relax a little bit. Ooh, White Panther getting the first look at the giant fish of doom. I don't like these fish.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the fish are probably out of what I played, right? I mean, these guys are about where I stopped.
okay.
That where I played, the fish are just kind of the worst because by the time you inevitably jump, right, you're gonna hit the fish. They're not like super bad, but you have to really take your time with the fish. If you just think to yourself, oh, I'll just bypass them, you're not gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah, they're pretty cruel. Oh, look out! Oh my gosh, this music is so good. I really hope Kion
I mean, Kion will get
is
there.
able to get there. Yeah.
Right, the problem with level 2 is mostly just that it's a giant maze, and it doesn't really. There's nothing it tells you that's really helpful in figuring it out. So. Yeah, it's probably one of our more passable games on Ku5ogrande. I think
Yeah.
it's just a pretty good example, and this is kind of why I chose it. It's a pretty good example of things that were probably okay at the time that really aren't okay, and that main sprite really creeps me the hell out.
Oh yeah, I don't like the main sprite, but yeah, for 92. It's pretty good for 92. We've had games that have aged somewhat poorly before, you know, especially from Atari era and Commodore 64 era, games that, you know, might have been great or enjoyable at the time that just kind of are not playable by today's standards.
Yeah.
Okay, Jakazum, I believe, is making a good amount of progress here. I really love the log upgrade. It's so good. Do you have a limited number of logs, or does it last until you die?
It's like a time base. No, it's like a time base. You only get like so long. Now the time base on the logs is pretty good.
Okay, what happens if you run out of time, though? Do you just... no more logs?
No more logs.
Are there pickups back somewhere where you can go and get more logs?
You can pick it back up.
Good, good. Okay, at least this game has a little bit of mercy. Yeah, Jakazum sees this pit and doesn't want to go without looking below, but sometimes you just have to in bad games.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just... like, by 92, when this was made, I think that most video games had the understanding that, hey, you don't want blind jumps, you know. If you're going to be jumping somewhere, they should at least know if there's something dangerous or not. But this game does not respect that.
Not one bit. And because sometimes you have to go through those blind jumps, and other times they lead you straight into water and you die.
Yeah. And when you only have a limited number of lives, that's kind of not okay, you know. If it were if it were like Celeste, then it would be fine. You know, Celeste just kills you left and right. But
I just started playing Celeste.
Oh, it's so good.
It's not really my sort of jam, but I think it's well done.
Oh yeah. It's definitely well done for the genre. Yeah, if you're not really into some of those precision platformers, then that's understandable. But at the same time, I think it ramps up pretty fine, where it gives you things that are doable at first. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine, right? Like, just like that precision platformer thing is just not my jam.
Oh, yeah. I actually died quite a few times because the controls were too responsive, gotta be honest. Every once in a while, I just, especially whenever it's a joystick or something, just slightly tap a button on accident, and yeah, you're going that direction now, and it's death. I can't tell you how many times that happened. Oh my gosh, Jakazam, you're stressing me out. Okay, Jakazam got the key. Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see here, level 4.
Like,
hopefully.
Let me just say, where's the exit?
So Jakazam's already found the exit.
Oh, okay.
The exit is right up there.
Sweet. How do you get up there?
You have to go around.
Okay, don't jump on the mines. Good.
Jakazam's got it sorted out.
Are the mines also people? I kind of hope
I don't
so.
know.
No.
Oh, no, there's a teleport.
Why? Why? That's evil. Oh my gosh.
Why? Because I don't know. Has Jakazam maintained her lead? Yes.
Yes.
She'll be the first one here shortly on level 4. And everybody, Kion is on level 2, and Shrambles and White Panther are on level 3.
Hey, Jakazam, definitely making progress here. That is great. Looks like it might get a little tricky, though.
Yep.
Oh. So yeah, the big question in my head is, do you have to use the invincibility here, or is Jakazam just needing to backtrack? And I'm assuming
I think you could actually bounce off. So I didn't play level 4, but just looking at this, right? I think you can bounce off one of the bugs at the start to get onto, there's a little wooden platform up there.
Okay. Oh, I don't want this music to ever end. I love it. Oh no, the homes of all the people you've murdered. Aw. You know, I feel like you should probably be tried at the Hog after this.
Oh, see, turns out there's another way around.
Oh, good. Good. Poor child can be... I'm sorry, how do you pronounce it? I have a feeling that I mispronounced what I was saying. Because now Chad is making fun of me, Joey.
Well, I mean...
Oh, the Hague.
What, we're talking about war crimes?
Well, I mean, you're killing everybody in the village, so yeah.
Yeah, that's the Hague.
How come it's pronounced like that? It looks nothing like that. I've never heard it pronounced out loud for some reason. Oh no! Kaon hates this game again because that's a full game over. Like, vague? Yeah, but it's not an English word. Vague's, like, probably not English, but I don't know. I don't know.
You know how to pronounce it. Hague rhymes with vague.
Okay. Is it like a Swedish? It sounds like it would be a Swedish word. Like, we're gonna go try you at the Hague. You know, like that. Like the Swedish chef. That's how he would say a lot of the words. I could pronounce playing like plog. That would be fine. Everybody get the plug. There we go. See? Yeah, you can't really understand anything I'm saying, but Swedish Chef isn't from Sweden, then why is he called the Swedish Chef? Huh? Checkmate.
Yeah, I gotta admit, you make a good point.
Everybody, I love you all, and we are getting close to the end of this match. I think at this point in time, Juckism is definitely in the lead. White Panther and Shambles shortly behind. I mean, Keon struggle a little bit to catch up. I don't know what accent that was. Can you tell me?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. It had to be something.
It may have been something, but I don't know what it is. I mean, if I had to guess, it would be Utah idiot, but...
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. I'm offended.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more like Kuster. Event. Evum.
I kind of agree. Chat saying you kind of sound like Hamsar.
Now that... my name is Peaches.
Or Homestar. I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely. You are totally in that.
Wow. Wow. A bit drunken French. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Or maybe it's French if Nicky Boom spoke it.
Well, Nicky Boom is a French game. So I love that one of the weapon upgrades you can get is just upgrading to full apples instead of apple cores.
I saw that. I wasn't sure if I was just, like, seeing things wrong or, like, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty awesome that instead of eating the apples, you use the apples. Also, I hate that these ramps are not ramps.
You know, maybe they just had a bumper crop of apples this year, and now you're just, like, throwing all the rotten ones.
You know, that would work. I mean, have you seen apple trees? They have a lot of apples, and you're not going to eat every single apple on that tree. Some of them are going to have worms. Some of them are going to be, like, little misshapen. Some of them, you know, just you look at them and you're like, well, that color is a little bit off for that small little part. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely know this because right down the road from us is a apple orchard and farm.
Yeah, have you gone down there and gotten apples?
Every year since I've lived here.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome.
And up until this year, when they had just COVID issues, we did their CSA every year too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we got vegetables and everything from them, which was really cool.
Yeah, this year's just dumb.
I mean, welcome to just 2020.
Yeah, we're watching Nicky Boom. We don't get to eat fresh apples.
Oh, I get to eat fresh apples still.
I don't get to eat fresh. Actually, I've got some apples downstairs. They're probably not super fresh, but maybe a little fresh.
Did I also get freshly made donuts and cider as well? Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
At the start of apple season, my fruit share would actually be like 3 pounds of apples and a gallon or a half gallon of apple cider.
Wait,
and
you got
Corn and I would walk into the shop and go get apple cider donuts to go with it.
You got timeshares? Except apple shares?
No, yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, community supported agriculture. We pay for, like, essentially a share of the farm. So every week we get a box of whatever they make.
Yeah. I remember actually doing that a little for a while when I was in grad school, and honestly, we should do it again. Not this year, maybe next year. But yeah, it was fantastic. The only odd thing about it was that you never really knew completely what you were getting or how much you were getting. You just showed up and you're like, well, okay, I guess we're eating a lot of squash this week.
Yeah, so the nice thing they always did for us was they'd send out an email kind of at the start of the week saying, here's what you're going to get in the box.
Well, that's nice.
So we always kind of knew what we were getting, at least to some extent.
Yeah, we didn't. And it was kind of exciting, except that, when they really had none of the stuff that people wanted, because you would have like 5 acorn squash, and you're like, I've never made anything with an acorn squash before.
Acorn squash is delicious.
Oh, it's great, yeah. But, like, people wanted the bananas. I think there were bananas.
I live in New England. It's not like we're going to get bananas on a local farm here.
Well, same, but they still put them in. Oh, I'm just having a lot of fun today, Corn Dan. This is being a blast.
Yeah, this has been a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and I would say that if not for the music, it might not be as enjoyable. Yeah, but the music is so good. So absolutely good.
So Keon is finally going to make it to level 3.
Yes! Kill the spider! Get the new music! Oh, like, honestly, the spiders raining from the sky is probably the scariest part of this game.
You know who would have been a great person to play this game is more spiders than I expected.
Oh my gosh! That would have been great. I thought you were going to say Justin. He's really afraid of spiders.
No, I'm not going to purposely inflict this on people who I know have arachnophobia. I think that's not cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although this spider, he probably wouldn't mind too much. He'd probably be fine killing it.
Well, I mean, you get to kill it and all of that. So, Cadis, where you don't believe Faizu's claim to like this game, I actually do. Because, Stockholm Syndrome, mostly. But like these are these sort of games that if you had an Amiga and you lived in Europe for the most part, right, you would have games like this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Cadis, I also don't think Faizu made it that far.
I also think that for some people, there's definitely a huge difference between real spiders and fake spiders. And if it's a spider trying to bite you in a game, that can definitely have some of the but if it's a spider shooting bullets, then it's probably not nearly as bad,
Look, I think that's worse.
If it's a spider with a gun, that's not realistic at all. Spiders don't use guns.
Well, but the problem is, that means somebody's trained a spider to use a gun, and that's what scares me.
I actually kind of want to see that now. Just a spider running around on 7 of its legs, the 8th one holding a gun. Actually, yeah, it could dual wield pretty easily. Ooh, if it were a tarantula, it could use the fangly things.
So, Jackazam is now on the boss for level 4. We now have a giant frog.
Oh. I like the frog.
At this point in time, with like 5 minutes left, I would probably just eat up my lives.
Yeah.
Just to try to.
It seems like it's going to be a damage race either way, so eat up your lives, shoot the frog's feet until it explodes. There we go. Oh no, Shrambles' name is now Sadness. Kirby, grow up, okay? You know what? What you should do when you eat people is devour their ability to stop crying, you nerd.
So we've now moved on to the third set of levels here, which is like deep forest and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like Jakazam has the lock on.
There's no way. Jakazam is a full level and some ahead of people.
Okay, I don't like the eye demons.
How about rats with guns? How do you feel about rats with guns? Because this is how you get rats with guns.
That would be really cute, actually. Hey, I'm a rat. I got a gun. Little rat gang, doing rat crimes.
How do I feel about squids with guns? Well, fortunately, although guns do work underwater, they don't work very well underwater, so I'm a little less worried about squids with guns. Now, squids with air-powered harpoon guns, I'm a little more worried about that.
How do they get air-powered if they're underwater?
Hello, you eat the scuba divers and steal their tanks.
Oh, so the squids are like Kirby.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel very odd about that, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, don't worry about it. But Chad asked me what my opinion was with squids with guns.
Yeah, I'd take the rats. Rats with guns. That would be so cool.
Rats with guns would just be more annoying. They're hard to find, in real life, and a rat probably couldn't handle anything bigger than like a 22 LR, but I'd still be worried about a rat with a 22 LR.
We should do some science and give some lab rats some guns and see what they do.
I'm pretty sure that's how we get things like Grand Theft Auto made.
I love it. And what I love more is that
it's time.
It's time, and I didn't add the decimals back in. Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't want to listen to that song because that means we're out of the playlist. No, seriously. It's so hard to get YouTube to do what you want.
It is.
Okay, there we go. YouTube is being a good little website right now. And what's better than a good little website? It's that this match is over. Jakazam took a major victory here, making it a lot farther into the game than anybody else. Oh my gosh. Corndan, I actually really want to just chill and listen to this game a little bit more because it's got great music.
The music's not that bad. I rather enjoy it.
I'm inviting Jakazam, by the way, over to General Voice, and I'd say, that was a pretty impressive job. No matter how confusing this game was, how maze-like it was, at the same time, as long as you are careful with your lives, you should be fine getting through it. Hello there, Jakazam!
Oh.
Congratulations on the victory today.
Thank you very much. That game was very fun.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like mazy type games, so it was along the lines of something I really like playing.
That's definitely
you made it
cool.
about halfway through. So yeah. you got another halfway to go.
I saved the password, so
oh good.
I might have to go back to it.
Honestly, I think the thing that I loved the most about this was the music. The music is absolutely solid. And
yeah, it was really good.
The sad thing is the composer really only worked on a handful of games, but he should have done more because that was good.
Yeah, it was. I was not expecting the music to be that good, but it really was.
Yeah. So you say that you really liked the game. Is there anything that you disliked about the game or that was rough for you?
Some of the things they wanted you to do were a bit rough. Some of the here's a pit. It might be progression or it might be death. That kind of stuff was a bit much, but Mostly it just made me laugh. It was generous enough with the 5 lives that it was okay. It's like, oh, I'll just not do that again.
Yeah, and I'd say with the 5 lives, one thing, you know, that can get a little bit frustrating is if you die over and over and over again. But an occasional death here and there isn't too bad, and frankly, I'd say that because there's no timer as far as I saw, it's forgivable in that sense.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There was one spot where it was really confusing as to where to go. I think it was in the 2nd level where it looked like I had just gotten soft locked and started jumping into a pit over and over.
Yeah.
And then eventually realized that there were hidden ladders.
Oh, yeah. That was in the second area, yeah.
Yeah, and the manual and the game really don't tell you a lot about that, right? Which is kind of problematic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun though. I liked it. I liked all the hidden stuff. Once I realized it was there, I was a fan.
Yeah, thank you so much for playing today. And honestly, you know, you're the one person in your group who's going to be moving on to the last round in the group stage. So best of luck when you get there. Yeah, anything that you're streaming these days or anything that people should check you out for?
Not too much. Still doing that Genesis thing, but I've been kind of off and on with it, so...
I mean,
yeah.
It's a weird summer. Every once in a while, you need a little bit of a break. Seriously, though, thank you so much. Go to do great in the tournament. I wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you very much. It was a fun game. Thanks for having me.
And thank you too, Corndan. I will see you both later. Bye. Well, everybody, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I'm going to run a quick little ad as I get some stuff ready. Don't forget, if you want to support, feel free to go ahead, drop some bits, sub, or if you are unable to do so, just spreading the news of Ku5ogrande is always helpful. See you all in about 1 minute. Where's the button? Where's the button? There. Also, thank you, White Panther. Oh, come on, you enjoyed that game. Admit it. Maybe you like that game. Maybe I like that game. What game is this music from? Actually, since some people are still around, it's from Ants for the Game Boy. That's ANTZ, based off of the movie. Probably not the answer you wanted to hear. But yeah, for some reason, it's just called Stage 4 on YouTube.